Imagine this. Two students sit in the same math class. Same teacher, same formulas, same homework, same tests. But when exam day comes, everything looks different. One student is sweating, flipping pages, trying to remember formulas that seem to have disappeared overnight. Numbers blur together, panic rises, time runs out. The other student? Calm, focused, solving questions step by step. No rushing, no guessing, just clarity. When the results come back, one barely passes, the other scores an A. What's the difference? Not intelligence, not talent, not luck. It's how they learned math. And this is the story of how one ordinary student discovered the secret to mastering numbers and turned confusion into confidence. Meet Daniel. Daniel hated math. Not because he was lazy, not because he didn't try, but because math never seemed to make sense. Numbers felt like puzzles with missing pieces. Formulas looked like a foreign language. He studied harder than most students. He copied examples again and again. He memorized formulas the night before tests. He watched hours of tutorial videos. But during exams, his mind went blank. Sound familiar? One afternoon, after scoring 42% on an important test, Daniel sat alone in the classroom long after everyone had left. He stared at the paper, red marks everywhere, and he asked himself a question that changed everything. What if math isn't hard, but my method is wrong? That question opened a door. Instead of studying more, Daniel decided to study differently. He began observing the top student in his class, a quiet girl named Mira. She wasn't flashy, she didn't study all night, she didn't panic before exams, but she always scored high. So Daniel asked her one simple question. How do you study math? Her answer surprised him. I don't study to memorize, she said. I study to understand. That sounded simple, but Daniel realized he had never truly understood math. He had only tried to remember it. So he made 3 powerful changes, and those 3 changes changed his grades and his confidence forever. Change number 1. He stopped memorizing formulas and started understanding why they work. Before, Daniel treated math like a list of rules to remember. Area of a triangle, memorize. Quadratic formula, memorize. Trigonometry identities, memorize. But memory fades under pressure, so Daniel started asking why instead of what. Why does this formula work? Where does it come from? What happens if I change this number? At first, learning this way felt slow, very slow, but something amazing happened. Math started making sense. It was no longer random symbols. It became a logical story. Every step connected to the next. Every answer had a reason. And when you understand something, you don't have to force yourself to remember it. It remembers itself. Change number 2. He stopped watching others solve problems and started solving them himself. Before, Daniel loved watching tutorial videos. They made everything look easy. But watching someone solve a problem is not the same as solving it yourself. It's like watching someone lift weights and expecting your muscles to grow. So Daniel changed his routine. For every example he saw, he covered the solution and tried it alone first. He struggled, he got stuck, he made mistakes, but every struggle strengthened his thinking. Math is not a spectator sport, it's a participation game. The more problems he solved, the faster his brain recognized patterns. Steps became natural, and confidence grew. Change number 3. He stopped fearing mistakes and started collecting them. This was the biggest shift of all. Before, mistakes meant failure, embarrassment, proof he wasn't good at math. Now, mistakes became clues. Every wrong answer showed him exactly what he didn't understand yet. So Daniel created something powerful, a mistake notebook. Every time he got a question wrong, he wrote, "What did I do wrong? Why did it happen? What is the correct thinking? Week by week, his mistakes decreased, not because math became easier, but because he became sharper. Months passed. Something incredible happened. Math stopped feeling scary. During class, Daniel understood lessons faster. Homework took less time. Practice tests felt manageable. And on the day of the final exam, he felt calm. Not because the test was easy, but because he was prepared. He had trained his mind, not crammed information into it. When results were released, Daniel stared at his paper in disbelief. A. His first A in math. But the grade wasn't the most powerful part. The real victory was this. He no longer believed math was for smart people only. He knew math was for anyone who learns the right way. Here's what Daniel's story teaches us. Students who score A's in math are not always the fastest learners. They are the ones who understand, not memorize, practice, not watch, learn from mistakes, not avoid them. That's the real formula. And now, it's yours too. So here's your challenge. Next time you sit down to study math, don't just read, question. Don't just watch, solve. Don't just avoid errors, analyze them. Train your brain to think, not just remember. Because the truth is, math is not about being a genius. It's about building understanding one problem at a time. And if Daniel can go from confusion to confidence to scoring an A, so can you. The next time you open your math book, don't ask, "Is this hard?" Ask something more powerful. How can I understand this deeply? Because when you understand math, you don't just pass tests, you solve problems, you think clearly, you grow stronger. And one day, just like Daniel, you'll look at your result sheet, see that A, smile quietly, and realize you didn't get smarter overnight. You just learned how to learn.